Hey everybody, so today I'm going to be showing you how to create this hairstyle here. If you're tired of just doing that same wash and go, twist out, puff, just keep on watching this tutorial. So this is just an old cornrow out or braid out, whatever you want to call it. And that's why my hair is going to look a mess throughout this video, but that's besides the point. I am creating a section here for the individual braid that we're going to do later on. But first, I'm moisturizing my hair with this curl enhancing smoothie. And I'm just smoothing that onto my hair. And then next, I'm going to use Eco Styler gel to kind of smooth my hair, get everything together, and just keep it tame, basically. And so I'm using the rubber band method to do this individual braid because my group just isn't there yet, and that's okay. So I'm just using the rubber band method and I'm going to braid my hair. So now I'm just doing the same thing to the other side, and this is actually how big the section is. So the section that you saw before wasn't it, I made it bigger. And so I'm just like using that Eco Styler gel and like swooping everything, making sure all the hairs are in order and are just behaving. And so I'm just using those rubber bands, and you want to make sure that the hair isn't like too tight with the rubber band, but it's not too loose. So you just want it to be enough so that like you have a tight enough braid. And so I'm using Kanekalon hair to braid my hair today in the color 2 because it's closest to my hair color, and I just cut it and feathered the ends a bit. And so that I'm just taking a section that's about this big, and I'm going to divide the hair. So I take like 1/3 of the hair and have 2/3 together. So one section is 2 times as big as the other section, as you can see here. And this is actually important. So when you cross over the hair, the smaller side is going to be together. It's going to come together, and the other side is just going to be like individual. So now the small side is the same size as the 2 big ones, if that makes sense. Because I'm still a beginner when it comes to braiding, but I'm trying my best to explain to you all what I'm doing. So basically, you just put the braiding hair firmly on your head, and you want to take the natural hair and put it to one of the attachments, braid a little bit, then divide the natural hair into like the other sections and braid it all the way down. And I hope that I explained it well, but if I didn't, I can make another video on how to do individual braids. And so I'm just doing the other side as well. So I have one on each side. And now I'm just dividing the front half of my head so I can do the flat twist. And this part doesn't have to be neat. But now I'm doing the front part, and this one has to be neat because this is what everyone's seeing. So you just divide your hair in half through the middle. And then you're going to want to divide your hair in half again. So one of the halves you divide in another half, so you have like fourths, but you want to make sure it's a triangle shape. So it's a diagonal line that you're dividing the hair into. And so now I'm just going to section the hair like with the rubber bands, like keep them together so when I flat twist, they're not in my way. So I did the same thing to the other side with the diagonal part and sectioning with the rubber bands, and now I'm just taking some curl enhancing smoothie and moisturizing that part of my hair, and then I'm going to detangle it with the wide tooth comb. And you can see I'm struggling a little bit to comb it, so I need a trim. So don't come for me, but I'll be taking care of that soon. So now I'm just taking some Eco Styler gel and I'm putting that onto where the part is because I want to make sure that part is clean and divided and all the hair is into my flat twist that I'm about to do. So now I just take a small piece from the front and I divide it into 2 and I begin twisting. So I twist and pick up some hair, and I just keep doing that along my hair. And I know I'm going through a lot of different techniques for hair in this one video because this hairstyle uses a lot. So like the individual braid and the flat twist and stuff. So I want to do an individual video on these techniques so I can talk about them in detail for any beginners that might be out there. If you want that, just let me know. So yeah. So an alternative to flat twisting is cornrowing. So if you find that cornrows are easier or you think they look better, you can do that. But personally, I think flat twists are easier and are a time saver. So how you do the flat twist is you pick up some hair, you put it into the hair you're holding, and then you twist. You pick up some hair and twist, and you just keep doing that. So that's why I think it's easier. You're like twisting, but you're just picking up hair as you go. And so here I'm just dividing my hair down the middle to create two puffs. And I'm going to give a shout out to my girl Regina. She gave me the idea for two puffs because originally I just did one puff. But two puffs looks cute too. So yeah, I'm just doing that. I'm not using Eco Styler to slick it because I didn't feel like it. So now I'm just taking a wet toothbrush and putting water on my edges to get ready for the edge control. And I'm using Hicks Edges as my edge control because this really slicks my edges down. Eco Styler just doesn't do it for my edges. And now I'm just taking a little bit and placing that all over my edges. And then I'm going to take the same toothbrush I did but not re-wet it. And I'm just going to like put them in place with the toothbrush, like just in the general direction I want. And then I'm going to take a hard brush and like really stamp it down like that. So you can see that it really just smooths it down how I want it to. And then I just take a satin scarf. You can take silk if you're fancy like that, but mine is just satin. I just tie it around my head. And you don't want to take cotton because that's really going to mess with your edges. It's not going to like be straight like you want it to be. And so now it's for the fun part. You use the beads, and these beads I got from the beauty supply store. They're actually iridescent. I was trying to show you, but you couldn't see it. They're cute though. And so you just take that little beater I showed you, I don't know what it's called, and you put the beads through it. Now I'm using about 5 beads for each braid. And so now you have to braid the hair all the way down so it's a little smaller on the end for the beads to fit through. So that's what I'm doing here. And so then I place the braid through that little loop in the beater, and then I push the beads through the braids. And as you can see here, I'm struggling because my braid was too big or the beads were too small. So just make sure you avoid that by getting bigger beads or making your braid small enough. So yeah, but I got it through, so it's okay. And I'm just making sure it's in the position I want, and then I'm taking a rubber band and securing it in that spot. And once I'm done that, I'm just taking my scissors and cutting underneath the rubber band. And now I'm going to burn the ends so that they don't look all like weird and scraggly. And also they just like the beads won't fall too. So that's like another security measure. And then you just do like this finger thing. You kind of roll it so it's like a ball shape. And then just keep doing that till it's like the ends are burnt enough. And so now I'm taking down my scarf. And as you can see, my edges are laid. They're sparse, but they're laid. So that's what matters. And I'm just fluffing out my hair here. So this is the finished faux Fulani braid hairstyle. If you would like to spice it up, you can just add some hair jewelry like this. That's what I did with the puff style. I just put them along here and then one on each individual braid. And so if you think that you have a friend who's natural that would like to do this style or would look really good on them, you should send them this video. Because I know for me that it's just refreshing to do a different style because I always do a puff or I just do a twist out. And it's just nice because it's like, I did this, like I did that, you know? So if you like it, just give it a thumbs up, share, comment, subscribe, and thank you for watching.